What does it mean for everything to be one? Revisiting a Russian philosophical tradition. What if love is not merely an emotion, but the very fabric of existence itself? That is the arresting question at the heart of a new paper by Robert Slesinski, a researcher working in the tradition of Russian Orthodox thought. Drawing on a rich lineage of thinkers stretching from the 19th century to the 20th, Slesinski traces the development of a remarkable idea, that all of reality forms a single, interconnected unity, and that this unity, at its deepest level, is nothing other than love. His paper begins with the concept of integral knowledge, a recurring preoccupation in Russian philosophy. Ivan Kirevsky, writing in the mid-1800s, argued that the abstract, analytical thinking dominant in the West misses something essential. True understanding, he believed, requires the whole person, mind, will, feeling, and conscience gathered into one. Knowledge, in this view, is not detached observation from the outside, but an inward participation in reality. This intuition was developed further by Vladimir Solovyov, one of Russia's most celebrated philosophers. Solovyov proposed that genuine knowledge leads naturally to what he called pan/total unity, the lived recognition that everything exists in relation to everything else, and that this interconnection flows from a divine source. For Solovyov, the universe is not a collection of isolated things, but an organism animated by a divine, unifying principle, alongside a complementary unity he called Sophia. Slesinski then introduces Semyon Frank, who deepened this tradition by describing what he termed living knowledge. For Frank, the most fundamental form of understanding is not achieved by standing apart from reality and examining it, but by recognizing oneself as already immersed within an all-embracing being. The self, Frank suggests, does not contain reality, rather, reality contains the self. The most lyrical section of Slesinski's paper belongs to Lev Karsavin, whose meditations on love achieve an almost mystical intensity. Karsavin argues that love is not something we merely feel toward another person. It is the very medium through which existence discloses itself. God, for Karsavin, is love in the most ontological sense, and every moment of human life participates in that eternal reality. What Slesinski draws from all of this is striking in its simplicity. Knowledge, when followed to its fullest depth, becomes love. The paper is a reminder that philosophy, at its most serious, is not only an intellectual exercise, but a search for what it means to be fully alive. As Slesinski puts it himself, love is the warp and woof of the fabric of life and being, a conclusion that is, in the best sense, both ancient and urgently contemporary.